G'day, guys. We are back and we are kicking things off with a live launch of Terralympus Volume 4 tonight. As always, I have my super sidekick, Stephen, here. And it's been a while, but thank you so much for getting back into the swing of things with me. I feel like every single time I do one of these shows, I'm like, my daughter's been sick. I've had no sleep. It's like a broken record. So, but super glad to be back and talking about Terralympus, which is something that we've been working on for quite some time, but always seems to get pushed to the side a little bit when we talk about other projects. So super excited to be talking about that. And I don't know what movie we're talking about tonight. So I'm super excited to see what you have picked and whether I will like it or not. So
you will love this one. If you actually look at the banner image, I actually slipped the name in right at the end. Look in the bottom right corner.
Okay.
Look at the bottom right. I snuck
it in. I'm having a look.
Look at the banner image. Snuck it in.
No.
Yes.
It's about Fast and Furious 10.
Fast.
Is that right?
Of course.
You know I love those series.
Oh,
so where's Jackie? Where's Jackie, my man?
He's there. Jackie's
another
there.
one I believe that loves. It's got Jason Momoa in it, so I know he's going to be loving us talking about this. So.
Hey, Jackie. Oh, look, before I get started in the movie, I just want to caveat this. Look, I really, really enjoyed it. I'll put that caveat out before I tear strips into it. I really enjoyed it. If you're going to watch Fast X, for people who haven't seen Fast X's, please turn your brain off. Things will not make sense. Things that happen. Also, there is one thing that actually I have to say. A lot of things I can accept, but there's actually one point where I just got not that. Cars in space I can accept. The scene I'm going to show you, I cannot accept. By the way, since Jackie's here, I just popped this. We will say hi to the whole chat. Don't get me wrong, we will. But I'll pop this one out because I have to ask you, in terms of the villain, what do you think of Jason Momoa? They tried to do the whole Joker thing with him, if I remember. If you saw what he was trying to do, plans with him.
Personally, it's weird because I'm really conscious now moving forward that I try not to listen to too much stuff about a film that I am actually genuinely wanting to go see and watch. So this was one where I'd heard a lot of stuff about Jason Momoa's acting, how he was like totally over the top, that it didn't fit in with the franchise and all this other type of stuff. I was the complete opposite. I'm with Jackie here. I thought he was phenomenal. I loved the fact that he was a little different, a little left of center, that he was a little bit more eccentric, that he was a little bit more showman like as a villain, because I feel, and especially for Jason, that they could have put him in as another Rock or another Jason Statham and just a beat him up. I'm a tough guy. I've got all the car skills and all that type of stuff. And he wasn't like that at all. He yes, he could fight, but spoiler alert, he gets his butt handed to him a couple of times, and it's like I really enjoyed that part. And I've said from the start, like before you start tearing shreds in
I'm not going to, because I understand what the film was.
These are great popcorn films. Like you said, these are great popcorn films. These are the ones you sit down after a hard day's work and go, I tell you what, I just want shit blowing up and things not to make sense, and I just want family.
let's say hi to the chat, and then we'll continue. Let's say, and by the way, I'm so glad to see all these people in the chat. Like we've number one, I will apologize as well. We've been doing such a bad thing. We used to be a lot better with our schedule, but we've been horrible. Hey, Sassy Gal.
I do find it very kind, Stephen, that you say we, but really,
No, it's
it's
ours,
me. So, yeah. and again, this is why I've been struggling lately. So
you're sick and you're still doing this. Well, hello from Singapore, Grace. Great to see you. I Ben and Jerry's is on special, so I just sent Grace a picture of all the Ben and Jerry's on special because they're really expensive in Singapore. So I don't know if she still wants to talk to me because I think she might be a bit angry with me.
wow, you're
But
usually not that cruel. You're usually the nice one, Stephen. That's
but
a little cruel.
but it was Ben and Jerry's. I know she likes it, so I thought, Grace, here's a photo. They're all on special. Come back to Sydney. You're always welcome back.
That's
Hey,
amazing.
Katerina.
Katerina hasn't seen it yet, she said. So,
look, Katerina, do watch it, but make sure it's one of those days where it's been a long day and you just want to see things happen. They do really, really good set sequences. I have to admit, they actually, you can see where each set sequence is planned, and they do a really, really good job with it.
Everything other than the last night, Jackie, that was just like beyond for me. I could kind of get past Age of Extinction, although I didn't like how they did the transforming part, and that I think that was just lazy because they didn't want to spend the money on doing the way that they'd been doing it for all the other films. But the last night was just that was just pure trash. But I did love how they've gone back and did the Beast Wars, the latest one. That was pretty cool. But we'll talk about that another time.
I haven't seen Beast Wars yet. If you want to make it the next movie we talk about, that's
okay. Yeah. No, it's really cool because as I said, it is another one of those popcorn type film franchises where you're not, don't try and look too hard into making it kind of real and everything. But the one thing I've loved because I've loved them since I heard the first song is Linkin Park in every Transformers film. So every time I hear What I've Done, I pretty much come home and watch the second Transformers type of thing. So that's the one thing that always goes back to me. But going back to Fast X, what I did want to say was, on top of Jason Momoa's character, I actually really liked how they retconned it and how they introduced like who he was, how they went back and did different scenes and added him into those scenes. I thought that was very clever. Because like the one the movie before that, Fast 9, with Dom's brother and it being John Cena and everything, I thought that was like a little corny and everything like that. It's like, why have you never mentioned him before? It's all about family, like that kind of didn't make a huge amount of sense. Where this, I thought, was very clever how they did it, and how they created that new villain type of thing. So but and I love Michelle Rodriguez.
She was great.
Everything she's in, I've absolutely loved. So yeah.
I'm gonna, before we get, look. By the way, the Fast franchise, and I'll say this in terms of the different types of things that have happened. They've gone to space in a car. I just want to make sure you guys know the level of stuff they've done. They've gone to space in a car. There has been a car submarine battle.
And you heard it here first. Do you remember that? I said the only thing they haven't done is strap a rocket onto a car and go in place. And what did they do in the next film?
So they fought submarines. They had the car stunts do all these crazy things. And I've accepted all of those. My suspension of disbelief has been enough. I will show you the suspension where I couldn't take it anymore. And actually, it revolves around John Cena as well. Give me a sec. And I'll show you the clip first, and then I'll explain why I couldn't take it. Why it's only 5 seconds, but I'll explain why it went beyond what I could accept. Give me 1 sec.
I'll just quickly say happy birthday for Katarina in a few days as well. So.
Oh, happy birthday. Okay, so I'll show you 5 seconds, and I'll show you why I couldn't accept the scene. Okay, so I'll keep it short because I don't want any YouTube problems, so I'm keeping my clips short.
Can I jump in to two things? I think before you tell me what they are. One, how does a single rocket shoot two cars?
You got
two,
that.
If the car just jumped over the top of them, how did they drive out of a flame?
True. The single rocket thing got that's one of the things that absolutely bugged me. It's like the other thing that really bugged me is I love tanks. I don't really express it too much, but I like the history behind it. Like if you follow a lot of World War II, the Panzers, how the British built their tanks. So the Germans at the time during World War II built heavier tanks, much more sturdy. What the British and the US did, they built much more modular tanks, faster things. One of the reasons why tanks on the whole are so heavy is because there's something called recoil. Now, if you shot that out of the car, John Cena's car will be flying back a good kilometer. And the thing is, so that part doesn't bug me. You want to suspend disbelief? Absolutely go for it. That there's no recoil, no kickback. There is another scene, literally 2 minutes from here, where John Cena points all the cannons down and uses it to fly the car. I don't even remember that scene. He points all four. And this is back to my Quantumania Ant-Man thing. You can't have it both ways. If you want it that there's no recoil, knock yourself out. If you want it that there is recoil and you can fly a car by pointing the cannons down, take your pick. You can't have it both ways. And yeah, that's the line that crossed. That was too far for me. Not the space car, not the submarine, not the ball. In Fast Furious X, they play bowling with cars as well. So that's a ball rolling, and they use the cars to tip it. All that I can accept. John Cena, I could not. That was my tipping point. I was going, no.
Oh, mate, I don't even know what to say because I was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, I didn't even pick up on that when I watched it the first time, and I think that's because I don't try and make anything that makes sense whatsoever. Like after they jumped the car through 3 buildings in Abu Dhabi, I'm like,
And the other thing, I'm sorry, I really enjoyed this film. I'm not picking it apart, but there was another scene where Dom, he's about to get hit by 2 trucks, and the solution to it is to jump off. And you're just thinking, you're dead. I'm really, really sorry, Dom. It's right at the end. It's the climax scene when he jumps off the dam. I'm sorry, Dom. You're dead.
I do love how his car in mid-air, when it's in mid-air, can still have torque and pull 2 helicopters together. I'm like, that's impressive. You're not gripped to anything at all, yet you're able to bring the two helicopters together. So, but
I'm gonna pop this one.
That's what I love about it as well.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Jackie. I'm sorry. Look, by the way, I do turn my brain off a lot when I watch that. I really do. But I really enjoyed it. I thought Jason Momoa did the one thing I did enjoy about Jason Momoa is more than anything else, sometimes when Vin Diesel acts in this, it doesn't look like he's having fun. He's that I know with the character he's trying to portray and stuff that he's so stoic. I need to be tough, the tough. It doesn't look sometimes he's having fun with it. And Jason just thought, you know what? If I'm gonna get my paycheck, I'm gonna have fun getting my paycheck. And that's what I loved. I saw him, and it's like he looked like
Yeah,
he's having so much fun
I
with
don't
it.
know. Like I don't pretend to know what goes on like behind the scenes, but it does sound that uh Vin Diesel is not maybe the most easiest person to work with, especially on this franchise. So yeah, I don't know how much truth there is to that, but there's a lot of stuff going on with The Rock and Vin Diesel. So it'll be interesting to see whether there was a little bit of friction if someone was maybe outshining him in regards to the film. So yeah.
I have to bring this next comment up, and you can probably give a bit more. It was Dan's birthday really recently, wasn't it?
It was. It was Dan's birthday. I absolutely love that his mum does a month of Dan photos. So
I love it. I love it so much.
and actually today, I will say happy birthday to Greg Furigal, which is Dan's dad. It's his birthday today. So happy birthday, Greg. If you watch this or watch it back, hope you had a great night out with the family. So yes.
Yep. That's next one. Yeah, I've watched too much. I watch way too much MythBusters as well. Which reminds me of my favorite MythBusters episode, though. And I know we go on tangents as part of the show. Um, Titanic, Rose and Jack at the end. MythBusters actually showed that they both could have survived. But their solution, actually, you wouldn't have thought about it. The solution, if you remember, was they all took off their life jackets, used the life jackets as extra buoyancy on the door, and both of them could have survived on the door. But you wouldn't logically have made sense to take your life jacket off and strap it to the door.
Would have defeated the purpose of the movie as well. So, but anyway.
No, and
I don't know if it is. Oh.
You have to watch it, man. Dave. I'm really sorry. I'm just having a bit of fun with the outrageous stuff, but you have to watch it. It's seriously one of those films where you just turn off your brain and you just enjoy it. Like, it's not Shakespeare. It's not going to win an Oscar. It's not going to get nominated for an Oscar. It's not one of those type of films. But it's absolute silly, and it's the set piece. It's a bit like the Matrix. They actually do have. You can see it. There's like
it's definitely better than John Wick 4.
Yes,
it's better than John Wick 4. Like John Wick 4 was just like such a disappointment, type of thing compared to the first three in the franchise. Like, you know. Yeah, we don't need to get into that. Jackie will probably have a go at me in a second, waiting for the comment to come through. But yeah, this definitely I felt like was a much like more fun film to kind of watch type of thing. You know, I think with John Wick 4, I was just like, oh, come on, man, like are you gonna be able to shoot the guy or not? We're just gonna run around with our jackets up like this for 4 hours. Like, you can't get me. I tell you what, I felt like I was watching a bunch of 4-year-olds play John Wick and go, he can't shoot me. You missed. You missed. So yeah, where are you, Jackie? Come on, show me your comment, mate.
Oh, it's coming. Let us work our way down. Because how dare
you. Too funny.
On this comment by Katerina, actually, I had to wiki this because while Sean was talking, I checked it. Yes, she was. Paul Walker's daughter Meadow was a flight attendant in this movie, helping Jacob out. So
I
if
am,
you want to know, he was in
uh,
it.
and I will say, I don't want them to bring Paul Walker's character back for the next one.
No.
Um, I think they did it very eloquently the way they've done it. I like how they've kept him alive in a sense, but please don't use his brother and put Paul's face on his brother and bring him back for the. I don't like unless it is just a cameo at the very end because this is the final film or whatever. But yeah, don't bring him back for the whole thing, please. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think that the film needs it, and that it would, I don't know how his family feels, but I'm not sure that it's the most respectful thing to kind of do either.
Oh,
But
look, I hope they don't. Mainly because, like, yeah, it's not the most. Look, I rather when something ends, they end it and they accept the ending, if you know what I mean. If you, that's one of the reasons. That's actually one of the things I actually really dislike about the superhero genre. The resurrections, the people being brought back. It just makes it so that there's no impact. So look, I rather than tell new, and the thing is, they're telling a lot of new stories. I know they're branching out. The Rock and Statham had their own separate Fast Furious linked movie, which I actually really enjoyed. That was again, Jackie will hate me. There's so many brainless scenes in those, but it was brainless, but it's funny. That's the thing. It was actually really. There was one scene. What was the name of that movie? The one with Statham and Rock. I can't remember the name of it. Um,
Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw, that's right. So there's one scene, if you remember, where there's two corridors, and The Rock goes down one, Statham goes down one, it was just a competition. And it's the dumbest thing, but I was laughing because it was so much fun. And back to the thing, man, it's really stupid, but the sequence is nice and it's actually fun to watch.
Yeah,
And because Statham and Rock are they they do like the Rock, he does WWE and stuff like that. He's actually really athletic. It actually is a lot of fun to watch. So,
and
Mandy,
that
please
goes
check out
on
this
to
franchise. Yep.
Jackie's comment below here is
Mm.
that in Fast Furious 4, which is where Rock is introduced, he did have a clause in his contract that he wouldn't get beaten. So that's why that initial confrontation with Dom or Vin Diesel's character ends in a kind of a draw. So that is true and everything about it, which, you know, like I think that's a pretty. I reckon that's a pretty bad thing for an actor to
That's a
kind of
weird
do.
clause to put in
Yeah,
because
because I'm like, come on, man, are you that like full of yourself that you can't be seen getting beaten in a movie? Like, you got beaten as The Rock in the WWE. Like, you got your ass handed to you all the time. So I don't know
that's
why.
part of the fun of it, though. Like even
Yes, yeah,
in
I
even
agree.
other movies.
That's what I
Yeah.
love about the Expendables. Again, something that's pure utter trash, but it's that popcorn movie with all of these big actors in it. Everyone gets their butt kicked in some form or another, other than Jason Statham. So yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think that's a bit of a weird thing to have in a contract that you can't see yourself get beaten because that can sometimes further your character development and a storyline. So to have that written in that you can't do that, it means that you can't go through a hero's journey because you need
Hmm.
to have suffer some sort of defeat to be able to move to the next stage of
You
your.
have to learn human.
Yeah.
I'm going to pop this one up. I'll casually mention this from Grace, and then I won't mention again. Um, Not really. It's a weekday. Um, I Sean may know this already. It's my birthday on Tuesday, so that's the 24th. So I just
I
gonna have a
didn't know
quiet day.
that. So happy birthday.
Thank you. And then
It's
I'm
not
gonna
like I've
banish.
known you for 8 years or anything.
It will pop up in the Facebook feed. I'm gonna banish the comment, and we're just gonna keep going down.
So
I'm I'm old.
you're taking a day off work or anything? No.
Nah, it's
No?
I've stopped doing stuff like that. I'm getting too old.
So, and you're a young 32-year-old, is that correct?
I'll take that, and we'll leave it at that.
Okay, yes. Should never ask a man his age. That's so rude.
Oh, I'll pop the next one up from Mandeep because um, there's actually a lot of I don't know if, and I don't know if you were here when we touched on it, but India Bollywood and Mandeep, I will see to your knowledge if you have more than they know more than I do. But I love Indian Bollywood action movies. It is the most amount of fun. The, they did a scene for scene copy of The Matrix, which I still watch. And the funniest one, if you ever get bored, is if you Google, YouTube, Indian action movie with a banana. So the
Okay.
I'll try to look. It's something I have to show. So I'll try to bring that up. I'll let you go to the comments. Give me 2 seconds to try to find that one thing up.
No problem. Okay, what else is here? Jackie has said that The Rock is like 70 kilograms bigger than Vin. Yeah. It's that's so it's so true. But like, Dom seems to be able to beat everyone no matter what, even though his character is kind of made out to be like a muscle man only. He seems to be able have a cerebral ability to beat everyone, no matter how big they are. So we will say happy birthday to Stephen. Yes. Might see if we can sing happy birthday to Stephen by the end of
Oh
the show
no!
as well. So,
Please don't.
Jackie, late 20s.
Let me pop this one.
Jackie said he believes you're in your late 20s.
Thank you,
What are you
thank you.
fishing for, Jackie? I want to know what you're fishing for. And before we put on the banana, got to say, very sad to see Volks get KO'd today. But 12 days notice, absolute champ to take that fight on. Talking about MMA here, probably should have
Yeah.
classified that. But Jackie and I talk about the UFC and MMA a bit, so was a little bit disappointed to see that. But plus side of having a daughter that doesn't sleep, was up at 5 a.m. to watch it live, so which is fantastic. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to play about 10 seconds because I want to make sure nothing happens. But this is I love this one. So let's go. And that's the so it's and look, I'll pop one comment up from Mandy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I've seen I've seen the movie. I love it. I really do because it's look, I enjoy all types of genre storytelling. So I love Korean. I love Japanese. And because bit of background, I'm from Malaysia, and many people don't know. Malaysia is actually about 15% Indian. So there was always all these Indian movies popping up. And we used to love it. It's a different genre take. And maybe Mandy, me and you can have a longer conversation because I freely admit I'm not the biggest expert on it, but I love watching it and I love watching all these bits because
Well, it
it's
sounds
fun.
like he doesn't even know what it is, or does he know what it is and pretending that he doesn't know what it is? Tell us the truth, Mandeep. Tell us the truth.
Oh, come on, Grace. You're in Singapore. Singapore has Indian movies that's really easy to access.
I was going to say, what does WTF stand for? No.
Oh man. But um just to close off the Fast and Furious X conversation, it's a lot of fun. I know I'm picking apart bits and pieces, but it is a lot of fun. If you haven't, go watch it. Also, to if you've never seen 1 to 9, you actually don't need to. Just go and watch it and just enjoy it. So it's all good fun.
It is, and that is those movies that you don't like. Seriously, don't need to pay that much attention
Oh
to.
no, it's better if you
So
don't actually. It's
yeah,
really
it's
better if you don't
literally
pay
one
attention.
of those great ones on where you're like, I tell you what, I'm tired. Like, is there something that I can just watch for an hour and a half before I go to bed? Bang, that's like, just stick one of those before you realize that you've watched them all by the end of the week. And you're like, oh, I know everything about family now. So, man, Deep City grew up watching Hindi cinema. I think this was South Indian tale, telegraph, etc.
I will
There you
see
go.
to your knowledge, Mandeep. We'll have a chat and you can educate me because I don't watch enough to understand. Or I do know there's different sections, like even in Chinese movies, there's the very Hong Kong type movies with that over the top special effects, and there's another one which is much more mainland China type movies, which they do it totally different. So
That's what I was going to
yeah,
ask. Is that what he's saying here? That there's actually different types of cinema within? Is it Bollywood itself, or is Bollywood like a typeset of cinema as well?
Mandy, if you can educate us, we would really appreciate your knowledge because I don't think we can answer that.
I think it was just I said tail and telegraph,
Oh
and I think
no,
it
yeah, I
was,
think that's auto corrected.
yeah. So
Um, on Grace's comment though, for Charlize Theron, she actually doesn't star much in this. I'm really, really sorry. There was another Fast and Furious where she's the main villain. Um,
that's the
what number was
submarine
that?
one.
What was that? Was 8 or 9 or
Eight,
eight?
eight. Yeah.
So if you want to see Charlize, go to 8. This one, she literally appears, she bleeds, and then that's it. You never see her again. She was in X for about 10 minutes, one action sequence, and then she goes and visits Dom, and that was it, wasn't it?
Yeah. Jackie, do you know that the silver car with the blue wings on it that Paul Walker drives, that is actually an Aussie's car, and he lives in Queensland. Don't know if you know that, but yes, and I've seen and been in it, which is very cool. So.
Oh, wow. Was it in one of the conventions? Did they bring it around or?
No, I don't know. I don't want to say too much about
Oh,
who the person
that's fine.
is, just because of his profession. But yeah, I did meet him at a convention, and we got chatting, and I was telling my love for Fast and Furious, and he's like, "Oh, really?" He goes, "Have you seen this?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's blah blah blah." And he's like, "Yeah, that's mine." I'm like, "What?" Yeah,
Whoa.
there you go. Yeah, there we go. See, I told you Jackie would know straight away. Yeah.
That's why we have such a great chat. Like, that's why I love doing. Just throw the question out, and the chat just replies to us. We don't need to do anything, so it's awesome.
No. Mandeep did respond. He said Bollywood is Hindi cinema, but very different to South Indian cinema. There you go. Even
Learning something
I've
new.
learned something new. I've got to say, I have to admit, I'm a little bit shocking in watching films with subtitles. So, there hasn't been a lot of cinema that I've watched other than Western cinema. So it's actually something, since I've met Lizzie, that I've gotten a lot more into, because she likes a lot of French films. I can still remember going to see Let the Right One In, which was a Norwegian film about a vampire, and absolutely loving that. And so now I try and make it a little bit more of an attempt, if something looks good, whether it's subtitled or not, to kind of give it a go, because I hate watching things dubbed. I
Oh,
I feel like it ruins the movie. I would prefer just to watch it, subtitled. So, but in saying that, I did watch Knights of the Zodiac. Oh my god, that is
any good?
terrible.
Oh,
It's so
every
terrible.
it's like
So
everything. That's where actually Netflix has been really good. That's why I actually really enjoy what Netflix has done because it's actually introduced me to a lot more genre of different of TV series. Like for example, there was the German one, Dark. It's all about time
yes,
travel and multiple timelines, all the rest of it. It was really well done. It still messes me up. Don't get me wrong, but it was such a good. It was really well written. So
Squid
and
Games, like
oh,
that
Squid
was
Games are
just
so much fun.
oh phenomenal. Cannot wait for season two
And
of that.
so Squid Games was the highest watch before One Piece, which is a the it's a I, please don't quote me. Anybody who watch it, who are a huge One Piece fan, I believe it was a shonen manga first that became an anime, and now Netflix adapted live action thing. And I yet to watch it, but you know what I mean. It's really good getting all these different stories. So,
Yeah,
um, kudos to Netflix. Keep bringing more, like even this Japanese dramas on Netflix, and I love
yeah. Do need to say we're not sponsored by Netflix, but Netflix, if you do want to sponsor us, you
it.
can reach me at.
Yeah, of course. No, you don't have to pitch. You just tell us that you want it, and we'll fix you up.
So
Okay. So I think that's it. But there is a reason for doing this stream as well. So, which I'm actually really excited for because I've waited 2 years for this, and this is actually a story that Sean came up with back. If you want to know time frames, this actually came in 2018. So, it's a sci-fi graphic novel. It just really in regards to the last of humanity, and I really thank Sean for letting me play in this world a little bit because I've had a lot of fun with it. Um, do you want to drop the link and play the video first, or
I, I will drop the link in the chat. But yeah, it's kind of cool. It's the first thing that we ever worked on together, which is
mm,
Terralympus, and we kind of like talked about different stuff, and this was just something that I mentioned to you, and you were like, okay, let's give it a go. But when we look now at how far this series has come, as I said, it's not one that we talk about a huge amount, but it's got such a really loyal, great fan base. We're lucky enough to work with Von Randall on the first 3 volumes, who's gone on to work now for doing Spawn for Todd McFarlane, and he's did a Transformers cover for
yeah,
IDW the other day, and it's just going on to do some amazing stuff. But to think that Terralympus was the first
it
thing that
was
he'd
his
ever had
first project.
published, yeah,
So,
which was amazing.
so it was the first thing that was ever published that he ever did. That he ever. So we claim credit for Vaughn. So Todd McFarlane, you owe us
100%.
a royalty. You owe us a
Yeah.
royalty check.
So here it
Actually,
is.
not just Tom
Terralympus.
McFarlane. You've got a lot of people owing you royalty checks. If technically, if we play that game, I think Jerry owes. Who did Jerry go to? I remember.
So just to list off a few. So I have worked with Jerry Gaylord, who is now just finished up doing the first season of X-Men 1991, the animated series. He also worked on works for Blizzard Entertainment, doing some video games. So that's Jerry. His wife was his Inca, who's done the latest young Princess Diana story for DC, which is gotten onto the children's bestseller works. I've worked with her. I've worked with Eddie Nunez, who goes on to work for Kevin Smith on Masters of the Universe on Netflix. I've worked with Dave Atsey, who was the first person that did work, had done his artwork for me, and he's working with Ando on some of his book series, and has done numerous
So if you
kid
can
books and
claim
everything. So
5% of every
Von
artist you push
Randall,
forward,
yeah, I could go on for ages, mate.
if you claim just like 5% of all what happens after these guys, oh man, we can retire. But
I know this guy Dan Furigal. He hadn't even gotten up to days of our lives before he met me.
Exactly. No, but all joking aside, look, we are really, really happy for all these people. Like seriously, we anytime we ask, uh, we can't always get people to come back, but you know what? We wish them all the best because if you go on to bigger and better things, I would just like to think, whoever it is, we are behind the scenes and we're always cheering for you. Like if you've come in, you've helped, you've got nothing but our support forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
and I think it also highlights both you, Stephen, and me to some degree that we seem to have a really good knack of seeing potential in people. Like when people provide work and everything like that. I've always been really impressed with how you've I'm usually a yes or no person straight away when I see stuff, but you've always been really good at looking at stuff and going, I tell you what, if we can, mentor a little bit here and change a little bit here, I think this person would like be really, really good. And Von was one of those people. He did the short story that you had written in XCT for us, which was us testing the waters and trying it out before we jumped into Terralympus. And that was such a great process, and his artwork is absolutely beautiful in that. And so it's still one of my favorites short stories. And yeah, I think that's another thing that you need to kind of pat yourself on the back a little bit with is that you've got a really good eye on seeing great potential and getting those people to provide a really high end type of work. And Terralympus is just as is a great example of that as well.
oh, thanks. Let's get the video up because I'm actually it's I'm a I let's watch it because this one's on me. It's not as good as um I'll keep quiet here. It's not as good as Nathan's. I can really, freely admit. But look, I love Terralympus, so that's why I wanted to have the crack at the video because um, I made all the previous videos, so I was thinking it would be a shame if I didn't make this one. So, but the first thing with it, if you've never been involved with Terralympus before, if you can scroll down to the important link page, I just want to make sure anybody who's jumping on firstly, whatever, if you get any physical tier, you get the digital of all previous issues. So if you haven't read issues 1 to 3, it doesn't matter. You're gonna get all the issues to read, as well as if you actually wanted a physical copy of all previous issues, it's all available as part of this campaign. So that's probably the first thing we want to stress that for new backers, don't worry, you've got access to. Um, everything. And I do want to make one call out because she couldn't be in the chat today, but one of our absolute best supporters, and I always I've talked to her and I consider her a friend as well. Moira is our first backer in this campaign. As soon as we launched, she was number one. So thank you so much, Moira. We really appreciate your support, like always.
Fantastic. Thanks, Maura. You're a legend.
Mm,
So,
So scroll down a bit, and so we have some really cool. So the main artist is a guy called Igor. So he's taken over from Vaughn, and I love Igor's work. So that's the main cover, and it's done by Wilson, and that's the done by Dave Ramone, which I thought was a lot of fun. And this is done by a Melbourne artist actually. And I don't know if you know, one thing we always try to do is because we're from Australia, we always try and make it a point to get another Australian artist involved. Uh, and in this case, we actually managed to get Arturo and for him to provide the cover. There is something I want to show you. So the Dave cover, and this is something I have to say, our printer has just can do foils now, which I absolutely love. So I'm going to bring something up just to have a quick jump away from this. This is what a foil cover looks like. So Sean, I want to steal the screen for 1 second
yeah, definitely.
because um, so you can't really see it, but it's all shiny. It's really really hard to see from a photo. But this was a foil sample cover I was provided. But you can kind of see here where my beautiful hand modeling is. It's almost like a mirror finish. So we get to play with foil covers now, which I love.
I've actually, you wouldn't believe, I've actually cleaned up the cinema room for a change. I usually have comics and everything all over
Yeah.
behind me, but I actually got a sample of an actual comic with the full cover. So I was going to show it, but
That's okay.
I don't have it handy. But maybe we can. I'll pull it aside next time we go live, and just to show people
Yeah.
exactly what it looks like. Because again, you kind of don't. Even I didn't kind of expect it to look so good because we'd gotten the sample just on a piece of paper, but when I actually saw it like folded with all the artwork in it and everything, the foil cover looked
Yep.
pretty sick. Like I have to say, and I reckon the image that you've picked, that one would be absolutely amazing
Yep.
in that foil type. So
And what we've noticed with the foil as well, and why we picked the Dave cover, if you just scroll up for 1 second, it's you need things which have really nice contrast, like if there's a light shining or something that's nice and bright. So if you scroll up just to the Dave cover, you see that thing behind it. It actually will pop the whole image up. Arturo's image I absolutely love, but I think for foil it's too dark. It's not a The bottom bit is really, really dark. It's a great cover. I absolutely love his artwork, but the Dave one for foil, it's gonna pop. It would just absolutely pop. That's the reason why the Dave cover was picked.
and I think it's kind of cool being able to, like when we're trying to think of rewards, like picking one, going, okay, this one is going to be a little bit different, or a little bit special. This is going to be the foil one. I think that's kind of cool. Rather than going, okay, we're just going to make them all foil and
Yeah,
everything like that. It's like, hey, if you want something pretty cool and pretty exclusive, pick this one, which I think is a great idea as well.
cool. Look, we won't scroll through all the pages, but the main point of this story, which I've said every time, there will be stuff revealed. I know it's waited too long, but we'll finally get some of the secrets out. Like it's reached a point where I have to let you guys in on what's going to happen because I think we're about the halfway point of the story, the full story. So some stuff will get dropped, and I'm really challenging some people to see whether they actually picked up from volume one where I dropped the clue that gets dropped here. So if you do pick it up, you know how to reach me. Send me a note, and I'll say either great job you found it, or or keep looking because you've almost got it.
Now, I don't know whether you did this deliberately, but we were talking about MMA before, and I know, like when you write scripts and everything, having read a lot of your scripts, that a lot of the times you'll give examples in regards to like a fight scene that you want and everything like that. Now, I don't know if you did it deliberately on this one, but I love this panel and the way the arms are and everything. So if anyone like knows boxing or what you do, to be able to slip a punch like through someone's guard, so through one arm and in between the other, like that is like perfect. And the way the action has been caught there is like really really cool. I just from a an MMA style person looking at a book, I think that's been done, super well. So
Look, if you're a fan of MMA, you will actually really enjoy this series because all the fight scenes that we do are actually based on a lot of MMA fights. So there are proper arm bars and there's proper, vaults to get into the arm bar. It's not a case of two people like two people just duking it out. That actually doesn't make sense. Most fights are actually won by a single punch. Most fights, like um, so a lot of it is covered that way. So if you're MMA fight fan, you will also love this series. So a lot of
yeah.
the fights are very realistic. So and it makes me have to watch videos. It's terrible. I have to watch all these. Look, you're gonna hate me. I love Ronda Rousey. I still do, and I'll keep watching her old videos.
I love Ronda Rousey. I went and saw her lose her fight in Melbourne.
Oh, she lost
It's
to
like,
the preacher's daughter,
oh,
Holly
Holmes, yeah, yeah.
Holly Holmes.
Yeah. But,
Oh no, but
and I
she
was
was
like,
out
I
of.
couldn't be angry because I love John Bones Jones, and his trainer Jackson trains Holly Holmes and everything. So I was kind of like, I wanted Ronda to win, but she got beaten
Oh,
devastating. Yeah, so,
look. It's all in hindsight. And again, I'm not a trainer. I'm not a thing. So please take what I say with a grain of salt. But Holly's a striker. If you go to World MMA, you're a striker or you're a grappler. I mean, you can be
elite,
both.
elite striker.
Yeah. So, but Holly was a striker. So when Ronda tried to match her in striking, that's where I think she lost. She didn't try to get her on the mat as much. Uh, I think what was it? 80. Please don't quote me, but I think about 80 to 90% of all Ronda Rousey's wins have been armbar wins, and to not at least play to where you're great. Oh, I hate you, Jackie. I want to meet her. I really,
Come on,
really
mate.
want to meet
Who
her.
hasn't Jackie met? To be honest,
It's not
like
fair.
every time I see him post, I'm like, oh, who is he with now?
He's met Margot Robbie, which I also hate. Like, how could you? I want to meet Margot as well. Um, like I said, also when coaches on the rewards, like I said before, like digital rewards, we always make it a point that you don't just get the digital. Like if you scroll down, man, we stack so much other graphic novels into the digital tier as well. So you've got the print copy, you've got all the rest. But if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see in terms of um, the what's we call it, the digital rewards, we give
Yep.
you a lot. And the other thing that we also do is when we give you copies of digital copies, we also make sure to give you copies of something we've never given in any of our campaigns before, like Water Wars by Timothy Fling. That's the first time in Sean or my campaign that's been offered as a digital reward ever, and we always make it that point because, and that's another Australian creator, Exilium. Um,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I love that series. So, if you enjoy Terralympus, you'll really enjoy that series as well. So,
and you get the digital copy for free. So it's what we try to do is, and we do curate this a little bit so that we try to get stuff that people who, if you're reading, you enjoy it. We want to make sure that you actually get stuff that semi-adjacent, but stuff you will enjoy as well. So if we scroll down a bit more, you'll see some of the print editions and some of the other limited tiers that we have. So you get the 3 covers, and like I mentioned, if you just want the digital copies, guess what? You've got digital copies of 1, 2, and 3 as part of the campaign. It's done. But if you want the printed copies, they're all still available as well.
Yeah, and we're talking about Von before, and just look, volume 1, great cover, volume 2, pretty good cover, volume 3, like, wow. like the difference is just absolutely phenomenal. Like he got like good super quick. So
Yep. One things I've been liking as well, and I hope I've converted you, Sean, in this. I love these cards, and I would really challenge a super fan one day to go out. If you can come up to me and say, "I've got every single one of these cards except for one," let one of us know, and we will fill in that last card for you. It's a lot of fun. Um, and it's something that's actually really easy for you guys to carry as well. So we always have this card, and guess what? The card is available in any physical tier. So
yeah, 100% have converted me because I was like, do I want to do these cards and everything like that? But they're such a cool size that my little girl is like, these like collector cards and everything. And of course, I'm like, oh yeah, of course, Daddy created them, blah blah. So she's taking them to a school. So her kids at school have got like all these cards that I've had left over from campaigns and stuff, which is kind of cool. So I think they're a great idea. Being able to add something a little bit extra to everyone's package is awesome as well. So yeah, I think they're great.
I can promise you, before the end of the campaign, that's not the only card you'll get. There will be more cards coming on. I can promise. There's original artwork for people who like it. That's the one that's done by Mateus, and he also did some watercolor remarks onto it. So there's a bit of color on each of these images.
That's very cool.
And this is the one I have to admit. I know this is our project, but I have stolen this idea.
That seems very familiar, mate. Very familiar.
It's such a good idea. So a custom cover, your likeness will be, and what we'll always say is it will only make the print run enough for this campaign. So when you get this copy, there won't be 500 copies of this. It just be the ones you guys have. So, and if it works out well, I'm happy to foil this cover as well. So just put that out there. And the last thing, which was a really late addition, and it's really up to you guys a bit, but Arturo has mentioned he will do an A4 commission, so you can ask him to do whatever you like. You pick the subject, you pick whatever you like, an A4 black pencil and ink commission of anything you like. And Arturo did what's we call it for a print for fractured shards as well, and it looks absolutely amazing. So please, if you really want an Arturo commission, he doesn't do that many of them, so this is a rare opportunity to get it. And I threw in something as well. You get your true commission, but I'll have a quick WebEx with you, which is probably not as important as the Arturo commissions. But I'm throwing my time in as well. If you just want the commission, just say you just want the commission. But if you want to talk to me, yeah, you get that as well.
But that's cool because, like, to pick your brain if you're a writer or any of that type of stuff, that's a cool reward to kind of have as well. So I've got people still joining in.
Hey, from Brazil. So beyond that, of course, if you ever feel you want to add bits and pieces on, there you can add more prints, you can add more cards on, you can add more other, you can add additional copies of the previous volumes as well. And like what we always said, if there is a pack, because Kickstarter only gives us limited reward spaces. If there's a combination that we haven't accounted for, or if there's something specific you want us to do, just drop a message and 100% we'll try our best to accommodate you.
100%.
And the stretch goals is, look, I have to say, I love the backers more than anything else. And the last time we got, I think in the second campaign, we got 397 backers.
Yep,
And the
397.
and the previous one, we got 383. I love all you guys. And I thank you got everybody who comes in. But man, if we could cross the 400, that would be, and I promise if you cross the 400, we will do something really amazing for you guys. I've got some stuff planned, but let's cross that 400 mark, and then I'm more than happy to share the amazing thing we're going to do. Otherwise, look, thank you so much for listening to us explain the campaign. And
look at that, mate. Yeah,
yeah,
over 28% already, 24 backers. If you've backed, like drop a link. We'll throw
we'll
up
shout you up.
a comment and shout you out. So thank you very much. Yeah, that's been absolutely amazing to have that support already for the campaign. As Stephen said before, this one really kind of answers a lot of questions. There's a lot more action. It's the artwork is really beautiful, and I think everyone that kind of reads this is really going to enjoy it. Stephen's come up with some amazing rewards there. The chance to be able to do a foil cover as well is really cool. So super excited to see this project hit its goal, and if we can really push towards getting this to that 400 backer mark, I know you'll make me very happy, but you'll make Stephen extremely happy.
Oh, look, like I always mention, why we do this is we love stories and we love people reading these stories. So for us, that means the world to us that if however many people back this and support it, that's why we do it. 100% why we do it. And the amount of backers always that's my favorite number to see go up, because it means uh, people enjoy the story. Um, it's probably time to wrap up, but I'll probably give the floor back to Sean for a couple of minutes, because there's something else you guys want to mention. You might want to mention before we leave.
Yeah, I know we're here to talk about Terralympus tonight, but I do have another Kickstarter that I've got up at the moment, which is a mini series horror series, which is really cool. It's the first time I've co-collaborated with this creator called Morgan Quaid. David Schwartz is the artist on the series. It is a very cool horror series. We are currently sitting at 61 backers and $1,594 of a $4,000 goal. I will throw the link in the chat. If you wouldn't mind checking it out, sharing it around with your socials, and if you like the look of it, back it as well. That would be absolutely amazing. It's a new venture for me. I haven't really kind of delved into that horror side very often before, but it is a very cool series with beautiful artwork, and would really love to see this make it to its target, which is $4,000. It's for issues 1 and 2, so it is only a 3-issue mini series. So you get both 1 and 2 together in the first Kickstarter, and then if successful, we'll run the final Kickstarter for the third one. So which would be amazing. So it is all completed. So it's another quick turnaround on our campaign as well. So, and before we go, I will just give a quick update for those 13th Labour backers. All rewards have been shipped. So the international ones for America, they are sitting with David over there at the moment, who will on ship them to you. So just so you're aware, that is done. Will and Oliver, I will reach out to you guys. You are the only guys that haven't filled out a survey, so I will be reaching out to you directly to fill in the survey to do that. Fractured Shards, quickly, we have gone up to the final 2 pages. We've got all the photos to get the people drawn in. Steve has come up with a very cool, very fun way to get everyone in the book. So Ricardo is actually drawing that at the moment. We should have that by the end of the week, which will then get colored, and we will go straight to print after that. Although I think we might need to wait 1 more week for a very special person in Singapore to go over the book. If you know who you are there. So that's a quick super wrap up of everything. But yeah, if people could check out Bloodsmith, that would be amazing. And of course, Terralympus will be live for the next month, and yeah, let's see if we can get that up to the 400 backers. I think it's been amazing so far with all, like, how many return backers we have on that campaign. So it would be really great to see that. So
awesome. It's you.
But as always, Stephen, thank you so much. Guys, if you haven't, please like and subscribe. We are endeavoring to get back on schedule. I think we've dropped 4 videos this week, which is fantastic after, I think, 3 or 4 weeks of no videos. I will be heading to Supernova in a month, so we'll talk about, or in a few weeks, so we'll be talking about that too. I'll give everyone a wrap up on the book fair that I did last week, and we'll hopefully get into having some more guests on the show and be talking about a few different things moving forward, which will be kind of cool. We've got some filmmakers and some producers that I've been able to connect in, so it'll be very interesting to have those people on the show as well. But till then, thank you again. And Stephen, have an amazing night.
Bye all.